My old pastor, Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan, thought he would win the Nobel Prize for Science at one time. I once attended a church called Tabernacle of Glory in Kuala Lumpur. The pastor was called Peter Tan. I say was called because he has since renamed himself as Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan. But that's a story for another day. In the 1990s, his church was booming. The church made a name for itself for inviting world-famous tele-evangelist and faith healer Benny Hinn to speak. Peter Tan himself was also quite a speaker, usually preaching 2 to 3 hour sermons every Sunday. He also wrote several booklets that were about 50 pages long, very thin only. One day, he announced that God had revealed a secret to him, and word soon got around that it would shock the scientific world. In the coming weeks, he preached about the spirit world and explained it with scientific facts. I have to say, scientific facts has to be in inverted commas, because now I know they were all crock, nonsense. However, at that time, not knowing much about science, I lapped it all up. I dare say the entire church was also mesmerized by the new scientific revelations by Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan. I remember one sermon where Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan explained going faster than the speed of light. He stated, only God can go faster than the speed of light, and therefore, God is invisible. He explained that a person who can travel faster than light will arrive at a place before you can see him. Thus, that is why God is invisible. Wow! Church members invited many friends to come and listen to this new scientific revelation at our church. A new revelation that was proclaimed by a soon-to-be Nobel Prize winner. Then he released his scientific paper. It was printed into a booklet. The colorful booklet cover had a few images of atoms and was even thinner than his usual books. It was only 41 pages long. The booklet contained words like quirk and quark. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to shed light on the world of quarks. I'm not sure what a quirk is, as revealed by the creator himself to Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan. Quarks are something scientists were scrambling to understand at that time. Quarks make up the building blocks of our universe. But being smaller than the electron and protons, which are smaller than the atoms, science was only just scratching the surface of understanding what quarks are. I remember Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan telling the congregation that they were the first people to receive this new scientific revelation, and that the booklets were being sent all over the world to scientific bodies everywhere, universities, professors, etc. Everyone was excited at the thought of their pastor being Malaysia's first Nobel Prize winner, man. The revelation was supposed to shake the scientific world and prove the existence of a creator as the Bible had written for millennia. In the midst of our excitement, a friend of mine quietly came up to me and told me that one of the church members had told her something interesting. That particular church member was a science lecturer or professor, I can't remember already, at a local university. And my friend heard her say that the revelation was nothing new, and worst of all, it was wrong. Around that time, I had already come to the conclusion that this Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan was not as godly as he proclaimed to be. And soon after that, I left the church. And no, Johann Melchizedek Peter Tan did not receive a Nobel Prize, nor can I find his name on any scientific paper online. not even in reference. Oh, I found the title of his book, Understanding the Quark Theory, the Atoms and Superconductivity. Yeah, nobody knows what it means either.